Greetings all, Devious Monkey here. Obviously you can see a little bit of a tweak to the studio. What I did was that I finally found those stupid like exercise foamy mat thingies in the garage when I was outside watching the storm. And I found the package of those exercise mats that I swore that I had, but I couldn't find. And it's because they were in plain sight. So naturally you can never see shit that's right in front of you. So I got a couple of them and I installed them, and then I put the clock sort of catty corner into the walls with a couple of screws, whatever. It's up there and now it's straight, because that always bothered me that they were, sitting on weird angles. That in the picture, my picture's now over there on the office side that my wife drew of me 10, 11 years ago. But this now is much better because these things absorb the sound and they showed the backlight a lot better than they did before. And it just sort of, I don't know, to me, it just adds a little bit to what's behind me instead of just blue and with the picture and the clock hanging on different walls, making it look weird. So I just took a minute and a half to explain to you that I just put some shit on the wall and changed it around. Okay, now what I wanted to talk about today was perception along the lines of personal inner dialogue, and I guess body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphic means that you see things, I guess, not as they really are, but how you perceive them to be. For instance, with a lot of body dysmorphia, it's common in anorexic is that they look at themselves and they think they're so fat. Meanwhile, they're near death, skin and bones. I will explain it to you as it pertains to me specifically. You've heard me bitch and moan about my catcher's mitt face and the big bags under my eyes and my turkey neck waddle thingy. If there's anything that bothers me about my appearance the most, it isn't my big nose, it isn't my mole, none of that shit. One ear's back further than the other and a little bit higher and all that kind of stuff. I mean, nobody is like perfectly symmetrical. There's always weird shit going on. For women, one boob is bigger than the other sometimes, and your nose kind of sits off different, your smile's different, your teeth are all different. For me, my facial hair, like I couldn't grow like a manly beard to save my life, because it's so patchy. So I end up having to pluck and sort of guide the lines to it. Now, the only reason that I use any of this stuff at all along my chin line and then grow this out, it is to eliminate the appearance of what I think is this huge ass freaking turkey waddle. It's bad. I've been that way for a long time. And then recently, the bags under my eyes have started to really bother me. I've become very self-conscious about them. Funny thing is, I was going through pictures that I had found at my parents' house, and I went back to a picture of myself on my high school graduation day down on the field, and there was a picture of me standing there, in my cap and gown and my Ray-Ban sunglasses, and I had the same skin hanging underneath here, the same what I call my frickin' turkey waddle. Same exact size, looked exactly the same. And I looked and I'm thinking, Jesus, I was 18. And I had that, like I was never consciously aware of it. Now I'm horribly aware of it. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? You don't have a turkey waddle. You have skin. People have that. And it took me seeing that picture to sort of like smack me in the face and say, Jesus, I've literally had that always. Why is it bothering me now? And why didn't I notice it before? Why am I all of a sudden consciously aware of it, most recently? And that sort of weighed on me, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I still don't like it, so I'm growing my shit back. I guess I just feel like I look better with the facial hair here. I don't mind losing the mustache so much because that's crooked and it grows in odd spots, and I hate shaving around my mole and all that kind of crap. Very challenging. So I'm gonna grow this back just because I want to. And my wife doesn't like me without facial hair anyway, so I had to bring it back. I didn't have to bring it back. I decided to bring it back for both of us. Let's move on to the bags under my eyes. Lately, it's been bothering me that I have these bags under my eyes. So what did I do? I went out and started buying all these fucking products trying to eliminate these bags under my eyes. The first product I got, I mean, to me, fairly expensive because it, like I've never had to pay for it before, but I got this Neutrogena like rapid eye repair stuff. I guess it's not as expensive as some of the shit that I found, but I started putting it on and it didn't do a damn thing. For like a week I put it on and I felt like, well, I'm just, I might as well squirt this down the toilet because it isn't doing anything. So I went back out and I found another product and I've been putting it on and I'm looking at it and I'm like, is it getting any better? Like I can't tell. So I had taken a picture, a close-up picture of me with my cell phone in the bathroom. And we all know bathroom lights are horrific for showing you every single flaw in your face. And I took a picture of them and I swear to God, I look like a crackhead, but it showed the bags very well and the dark circles and everything. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus, I'm hideous. And I took a picture again yesterday after 2 weeks of putting the new product on that I found and wasn't sure if I was doing better. So I was looking at the pictures side by side and actually I halved my face and put them up there with the before and the 2 weeks later. And I can see, it's subtle, but I can see that it has improved a little bit. It's getting a little less dark and the multiple bags are starting to sort of flatten out a little bit. Then I was going through my hard drive looking for pictures and I happened to, it was somebody on the site that I went to, they did that whole 10-year apart thing and I was looking for 2010 pictures. I found a 2010 picture of me as I was sitting at this place I used to be all the time and I was taking selfies because I had a bandana on and I had all my facial hair and all that stuff, but my beard was really long and I had it braided into like a I don't know, a 2 or 3 inch braid. So I took that picture of myself and I was looking at that picture and I'm like, wait a minute. And I blew it up and sure enough, it looked exactly the same. So 10 years ago, I had the same exact looking color and bags under my eyes, but only within the past few months have I been consciously aware of them, that they have annoyed me to the fact that I'm out there buying makeup and shit trying to fix them when they're no different than they have been for the past decade. Now I know that all the marks on my face and everything, and if I went under that like UV light and all that kind of stuff, it would show tremendous amount of sun damage. I get that. I mean, when I was a teenager, most of my life up through the end of high school, back then in the 80s and shit, 70s and 80s, sunscreen, the hell is that? Baby oil. You put baby oil on to bake yourself into a good dark tan. So I never put any of that kind of shit on my face. I never moisturized. Hell, I'm lucky if I even showered back then. It was disgusting. And, all that stuff. And I was a lifeguard. So I was in the sun from like 6 o'clock in the morning until the sun went down every single day, every summer. So I got a lot of sun damage. Then when I went to college, I ended up being a roofer through most of college. And sunscreen, the hell out of here. So I was up on roofs with absolutely no shade or any kind of sunscreen or anything. Again, so bottom line, I have spent most of my life not aware of the damage that I was doing to my skin and then damaging my skin. So I get it. This is all that life experience in my face, or all my dumbassery, depends on how you look at it. Perception. As it stands now, I have realized that I have become body dysmorphic. Like I'm convinced that I've got old man boobs, catcher's mitt face, gigantic bags under my eyes, a turkey waddle, and all that shit. And all that stuff has been here most of my life. But only now have I convinced myself through my internal dialogue and my body dysmorphic eyesight that it has become a problem and that I'm a hideous ghoul. Stupid, isn't it? Stupid. And I feel stupid that I've looked back on those pictures over decades and that other than weight gain and weight loss and stuff like that and hair change and facial hair change and all that kind of stuff, that absolutely nothing has changed. I still have the same things under my eyes. I still have the same skin under my chin. My sunspots have changed, but that's going to happen, especially when you don't put sunscreen on. So I'm being an idiot. I'm being a dumb monkey, which would lead me to believe that many of you are being dumb as well. I get it and I sympathize with you. And I'm here to tell you that you look fantastic just the way you are. If you want to go out and spend a shit ton of money on a bunch of makeup or a bunch of facial products or whatever the hell it is to try to fix what you look like, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't need to be fixed. Own that shit. This is who you are. This is how you look, and you look fantastic. I have matured and will continue to mature into a distinguished older gentleman. I think you got to have money for that, though. So I'm out already. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Once I put this up here and I was thinking about the perception and of how I use angles and lighting and all that kind of stuff to make me the center of the focus here and promote myself at the same time with my devious monkey clock. All that stuff is just perception. I'm trying to get people to perceive me as somebody that's providing value and entertainment so that you'll watch my shit and like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. And, it just lately, again, it's been weighing on me that, I've been an idiot and I've been self-destructive and really hard on myself for absolutely no reason because I look exactly the same as I did when I was 18. I'm just a little fatter because I like pie and ice cream. And that's great. And I did get new ice cream today. I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it tonight. That's all I've got for you. So thanks for joining me, as always. Like, subscribe, and all that shit. And remember, kids, you're gorgeous. Forward and up.